The Detroit Lions are getting set to think about the 2019 NFL Draft, and the biggest step in this process is getting things going on the NFL Combine. When the process starts in Indianapolis, the team will once again set their eyes on prospects from key spots that can fill in and make a difference. And there is perhaps no better spot to watch for this than the defensive line. Detroit will need several players along their defensive front, and the good news is, the class is amongst the deepest in a long time, meaning the Lions could end up with a major value when all is said and done. So who are the top defensive line prospects they must watch this year? Here's the key names to remember. 1. Rashawn Gary, Michigan. Perhaps the most interesting player in the NFL Draft could be Gary, who teams will be looking to evaluate after he was not involved down the stretch for Michigan. This is the moment Gary has been preparing for, and it will be interesting to see what he does. Is he an interior lineman or a pass rusher? If there's anyone who would know, it would be Matt Patricia, who could figure out what to do with such a player. Gary could become a consensus top 10 selection with good work, and the Lions could be one of the most interested teams after they see his abilities on the field in person. 2. Clelin Ferrell, Clemson. The Lions know that Ferrell is a quality rusher, but is he NFL ready now? That's what they're going to find out when they get a look at him in Indianapolis. Ferrell is an intriguing prospect and seems like he's pro-ready, but the workouts will make or break him as a top 10 talent on the field for 2019. Detroit will be interested, as many have pegged him as a player they could target high in the draft when all is said and done. 3. Ed Oliver, Houston. Oliver, like Gary, hasn't been seen on a football field for a while, and many have moved him down in the draft as a result. Still, there's a good football player inside the big Cougars linemen, and Oliver could be a sneaky good fit for the Lions with his abilities inside and out. Oliver will have a chance to really impress people, and with their need along the defensive front, the team will no doubt be interested to see what Oliver can do on the field. Could make the case for being a top pick once again with a big week on the field and in the meeting room. 4. Charles Omenihu, Texas. The Lions could look for edge rushers later in the draft in the mold of Deshaun Hand, and Omenihu is an interesting player who has length and moves and can get after the pocket. He could move up even more after a solid week at the Senior Bowl, and the Lions will want to be all eyes to see if he can continue his surge. About this time last year, Hand caught Detroit's attention, and Omenihu could be a guy who does that this year. Watch to see if the Lions could nab a great prospect a little later on. 5. Daniel Wise, Kansas. Patriots drafted Deatrich Wise, and Patricia could always go back to the well in Detroit with his brother Daniel, who has plenty of skills of his own and has been a prospect on the rise in recent weeks and months. The Lions will want to see if Wise can be as versatile a weapon in their scheme as he has been in Kansas, where he has been a solid player. The Lions need depth, and Wise is an intriguing prospect who could provide some.